Welcome back! Today we've got another Black Templars model to take a look at. When I said last week that the Black Templars were getting their traditional one new character plus codex with dodgy cover art, just like most new releases get, when it comes to getting the codex, you always have a little unit thrown in, tends to be another character, and it tends to, usually, just massively inflate the number of characters available for every army at this point, really. I thought that was all it was going to be, but no! We have another Black Templars model. Effectively, a special sort of chaplain. You can tell he's special because he's got a different name. And the name is one of their weaker ones, if I'm honest. It's the Execrator, and I feel like you are one misspelling, perhaps even a single letter missed from making that look like a different word that is probably not what they want attached to this particular model, but there you go. To be fair, I suppose it's a while since we've had a properly terrible name from Games Workshop, so let them off on this one. Even if you are one fumble away from calling it the Execrator, which is probably not what they were going for. Anyways, they say here, Space Marine chaplains are wrathful and uncompromising, but when you have a chapter like the Black Templars who already fight with the fury of 1,000 suns, it takes a special kind of righteous rage to stand out from the pack. It's true, they are more nutcasey than most other Space Marine chapters, which is impressive in a way. Those who find their true calling bellowing sermons from the front lines find new purpose among the Emperor's Crusaders, and any with a particular predilection for smashing skulls in close combat are given the special rank of Execrator. And this is the lad in question. Honestly, just like we saw last week, pretty solid model. I quite like it. I will say that outside of the Black Templar theming, however, if you didn't have those weapon chains on, and you didn't have those extra belts around the middle, you would not be able to sort of point that out as being a special character. Like, this just looks like a chaplain, but with a couple of extras. And I guess that is kind of what they're going for, because it is a different form of chaplain, for judging from that, initial paragraph. But there's a lot of kit bash potential here. There's definitely a lot of kit bash potential. You could turn this into a chaplain for literally any other army, I think, relatively easily. And the actual armour itself, if we ignore the croziers and if we ignore the skull helm, the rest of this is just a very solid basis for, any number of things, really. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a very good all-purpose Space Marine, but in terms of creating a fun character, you've got a good basis for a lot of stuff here. But the Crozius does look good. I do like that skull helm. That's pretty decent. The 3 studs in the forehead, I'm kind of going back and forth on. I think there needed to be something there to break it up a little bit, but at the same time, for some reason it feels like the very top of the skull needs something as well. I feel like it needs to be broken up a little bit, because between the pipes, the teeth and the studs, it's very front loaded. There's a lot going on with the face. There's not a lot going on with the rest of the helmet, which looks a little bit odd. I think it makes the forehead look taller than it actually is. But overall, it looks pretty decent. The Iron Halo is very nice. I do like the weapon chains, the ones like the manacles around the wrist, and then you've got them attached to the weapons themselves. Those look very cool. I like the posing on them, and I like the way they've been integrated. Those are nice. I'm never going to complain about a tilt shield. They always look good, even if they serve no real function. I don't care. As decorations go, they look badass, so it can stay. We've got the traditional multi-belt thing going on, or at least the same very long belt wrapped around multiple times. Again, I really like that. It's like a mainstay of the Black Templars. It's just a nice little fun detail that sets them apart a little bit. They've obviously kept the tabard style that you get with the Black Templars as well. The overall armour, the legs are fine. Not really doing anything for me. The little kind of relic shrine thing in the greave there is okay. But I always find those make it look like the armour is going to be super thin in that section. And I don't know why, it just, in some cases, it spoils the lines a little bit for me, but it's fine on this. It's not too obtrusive, it's not too over the top. The actual, upper body, great. Looks really cool. I like that you've got that kind of hint of rib cage going on, especially the way it's been painted in bone colour as opposed to black. That's a very fun little detail. I like that a lot. We do have some alternate angles as well. That head is fine. He looks pretty gnarly, which is cool. I do like that different decoration on the backpack there. Instead of the halo, having that big cross with the skull in the centre and the parchment coming off. That looks very cool. I like that a lot. Also does a lot to make it look a lot more Black Templars than just, here's a skull helm and an extra bit of belt. That separates it a fair bit. Also, quite a rarity there. Left-handed power sword. After a quick scroll through, it looks like the only other left-handed power sword comes off the Black Templars Marshal, so another option for that at least. The power sword and Crozius combination is excellent. I like that a lot. I think I prefer that style as well, the one that's being held along with the power sword. It looks a bit more balanced. Like, I don't know, it just feels a bit more weapon-like as opposed to just being a symbol of something. To be honest, I've never really liked the way that on a lot of the Crozius, the wings kind of sweep forward a little bit. I don't know why. It just looks awkward to use. I guess it wouldn't be that different to like using an axe, maybe. But I don't know. The weight feels like it'd be all over the shop and it would be a bit of a pain. But then again, it's being wielded by a 7-foot-tall genetically engineered warrior who's basically been raised from childhood to want to murder people. So I guess really bringing that level of realism in, there's no point. But it's just one of those things, you know? Same thing as running into battle without a helmet. Put your helmet on, you're going to get shot in the head. Does it matter? No. Are all the named characters pretty much helmetless? Yes. Does it affect them? Not really, because they've got plot armor, so what does it matter? But still, I prefer to see models with helmets. Just personal preference, innit? I've only just noticed he's doing a proper little leap off that rock, which, yeah, that's fine. Maybe a little bit overused. Also, that tends to be something that's done for characters with jump packs as well, which kind of makes it feel a little odd. I feel like I just associate that mostly with jump pack infantry now, and he doesn't have a jump pack, although you could easily put one on him and make him into something else, and actually the pose would work perfectly well for that, so yeah. Also only just really twigged how meaty the gorget is on the armour there. Really like that. Looks properly girthy. So they're not just an ugly face, they also give the unit that they join the ability to charge in the same turn as they advance, so that's fun. Well, fun for you, not fun for the person that you've just thrown sword brethren into. And if you ditch the Pyre pistol and take the mastercrafted power sword as well as the Crozius, he has 8 2-damage attacks every time he fights. What a lunatic. Nice. And if you are hoping for an actual release date at the bottom of this, you're not going to get that. It'll be sometime later this year, along with the Codex Supplement and the Crusade Agent. But you know what? I think that's a decent looking unit. I'm surprised that there's a second unit, honestly. I would have assumed that they would just go for the standard of 1 new character, 1 new book, and that'll be it. But no, 2! 2! Makes me wonder if there isn't something else lurking in the background. But of course we won't know that until either next Monday or moments before it all drops. So we'll find out soon enough, I guess, either way. So there you go, that's the new Execrator. Let me know what you think of that lad in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, and I will see you for the next one. Oh, and don't worry, we're going to talk about this. We've got to talk about this. These lads deserve better.